Hi, you're watching Current Issues. My name is Vineet Malhotra. Conflict and violence have corroded innocence, turning even teenagers into a state of perennial rage. Those who are out on the streets are not even grown men. Kashmiri children are at the heart of Kashmir debate, and that is the real crisis we are going to talk about today. But the separatists who ignite fire and provoke youth are the ones who are living a luxurious life. Crores are spent on their security, and their own children are established abroad. Why are young, educated local boys picking up the gun? Why are local Kashmiri policemen scared of revealing their identities? Kashmiris associated with the state are all targets of hate in Kashmir today. In our program, we speak to politicians and probe how did we get to this point, and why do successive governments in Delhi only wake up to Kashmir Valley as a national issue when it is in crisis? When will the government stop spending crores on these separatists who do not believe in Jamhuriyat? Let's watch our report first, and then we'll get into this debate. While the central government spends crores of rupees on Jammu and Kashmir separatists, the common Kashmiri still lags behind in terms of average income. The complete shutdown of schools and colleges in the past 2 months has affected education the most. In the last 5 years, the state government of Jammu and Kashmir has spent 506 crores on separatists. More than 100 crores are spent on the security of the separatists. While the hotel bills cost around 21 crore rupees, 26.43 crores is their petrol bill in the last 5 years. 309 crores has been spent on the salary of their security personnel in the last 5 years. 287 crore rupees was allocated for Jammu security in the last financial year. But the common Kashmiri continues to be the most vulnerable. According to the 2011 census, 65.5% is the literacy rate of Jammu and Kashmir, while the country's literacy rate is 74.04%. It has been more than 2 months since the schools and colleges were last functional. Jammu and Kashmir ranks 25th in the per capita income. People are inflicted with 20,193 crore rupees debt. Clearly, the people of Jammu and Kashmir struggle for a living, but the separatists live their lives to the fullest. Their children are either in foreign countries or established doctors or engineers. Sayyid Ali Shah Jalani, his 28-year-old grandson Tabus Jalani, is working in a marketing and communications firm in Dubai. Mir Wez Umar Farooq, his wife and his daughter live in America. His sister Rabia Farooq is a doctor in the United States. Muhammad Ashraf's son Abid is a computer engineer who's based in Dubai. Now, there is a planning to discontinue the expenses borne by the government towards the separatists.
इनकी सुरक्षा निकालना, इनके सारे होटल के हवाई एयर सर्विस जो मिलती है फैसिलिटी सब बंद करने के बारे में जो मंत्री जी ने कहा है वो सही कहा है. इस पर सरकार काम कर रही है, करना भी चाहिए.
The government now plans to tackle separatists with an iron fist and the common people with a golden heart. Will this bring a political solution to the problems of Jammu and Kashmir? Well, that is what we hope for. Team News World India. Okay, let's delve into this debate. We have our guest on our show, Nasir Hussain from the Congress Party is with us. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Sudesh Verma, spokesperson for the BJP, is with us, and Kamar Aga, International Strategic Affairs expert, is with me in the studio. And by default, Mr. Sudesh Verma, let's start with you. Why is your party, why is the central government going hard on the separatists now? What triggered this particular move or this stance?
You see, there is a consensus which is evolving all across political parties that enough is enough. While the doors to talks are open, if you want to talk within the constitutional boundary of the country, because nothing prevents us, if anything can be done to bring peace to the valley. But at the same time, those people who are living on Indian money, taxpayers' money, and they should be affiliated to Pakistan, they should say they are not Indians, and they go on supporting terrorism, and they talk of separatism. These people should not be encouraged. Earlier, probably this impression had gained ground that by giving them all these things.
Sir, maybe, how do you, sir, I have a question for you, sir. Let me stop you. Let me stop you, sir. Please explain to me. I'm a common man. I want to know, how do you explain this stark contrast in policy? A few days ago, you were knocking on their doors, pleading them to come out and speak with you so that you could reach some consensus and pacify them so there could be peace in Kashmir. Now you have taken this hard-hitting approach. Can you explain to me, I'm a common man, why is there such a contrast? Couldn't this contrast or this transition have been a little gradual?
Are you asking me?
Yes, sir, I'm asking you.
Okay, you see, we have been consistent in our policy on Kashmir. There has been no change. If you see, from day one we have been saying that doors to talks are open for anyone who wants to talk to us for peace within the constitutional boundary of India, within Insaniyat, Jamhuriyat and Kashmiriyat. This has been the line drawn by Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, which was largely appreciated in the valley and by all political parties. So we have again drawn the same line, and we want to talk to anyone who can talk within the Constitution of India. So we have not changed our stand. And some political parties thought that maybe our stand was too harsh, or maybe we were not able to tackle the crisis. So all party delegation went there, and they have also reached the consensus that no compromise with sovereignty of the country. But at the same time, the doors to talk should be open to all those who want to talk within the constitutional boundary. So there has been complete consistency in our approach. There is an elected government there, led by PDP, in the coalition of PDP, BJP, and the government is open to talk to any section that wants to bring peace to the valley.
Okay, let me also get a reaction from Nasir Hussain, spokesperson for the Congress party. Sir, the government has spent close to 350 crore rupees on the separatists. And some of this amount also must have been sanctioned by your government, since the BJP only came into power in 2014. Now the government wants to go hard on the separatists. They want to cancel their passport. They want to penalize them. They want to cut off their security. And for your information, there are 1,000 people who protect these separatists. Sir, your reaction to what I've asked you, and plus what Mr. Sudesh Verma said.
So first of all, I am very glad that glad to know, glad to hear, glad to see on the television channels that the union government at last have considered the view and the demand from the opposition party, and they have taken all the opposition parties on board. I think this is a very important step to bring back normalcy in the valley. Let me not go into the details as to how the confusion, how the protest erupted there. Had the union government, the state government, the deputy chief minister and the chief minister spoken in one voice after the killing of Burhan Wani, probably the protesters would not have been encouraged there. Because of the contradictory voices within the ruling dispensation at the center and the Kashmir, actually contributed to the protest and the unrest and the worsening of the situation in Kashmir. But now, the Congress party is glad that that the union government has taken the opposition into consideration. Today also, I believe there was an all-party delegation meeting which had gone to Kashmir. Now they came back, and Mr. Rajnath Singh, Home Minister, took a meeting. So let us wait as to what will emerge out of the meeting, what will be the consensus on the policy vis-a-vis the Kashmir unrest. So whatever the consensus that emerges out of the all-party meeting and the view of the delegation that had been to Kashmir, I think the Congress party will go with that.
Okay, let me get a first reaction from Mr. Kamar Aga. Mr. Aga, you know, the Hariyat has probably lost most of its influence on the people, on the children who are actually a part of the protests which are happening in Kashmir. Do you think that's another reason why the central government has probably, given them a cold shoulder now?
Yes.
They're not making a difference any which ways.
No, but the BJP has taken this stand for a very long period of time. They consider Hurriyat as a third party. First, they said that they put pressure on Pakistan not to talk to them. They said if you are coming to talk to Delhi, the central government, then you should not talk to them. And then secondly, they believe that Hurriyat is part of the problem, and they don't have any solution. Besides this, they also realize, that they have lost considerable support among the people in Jammu and Kashmir. Because the people, in general, especially the youth, a large section of the youth, they believe, Hurriyat is is not serving the interest of the people, and they have it's a sort of movement which has emerged over the last few months, which we have seen, is a leaderless movement pushed by the Jamaat-e-Islami, a section of the Hurriyat. Pakistan propaganda backed it, all these factors, led to this movement. But they are not listening much to the Hurriyat's demands or Hurriyat's call. We have seen a new type of leadership is emerging within the valley, among the people,
Okay, let's get in a reaction from Netri Bhatt, who's a Kashmiri Pandit. She's joining us on the phone line. Netri, thank you so much for talking to us. The central government is toughening its stance on, the separatists who have been very, very non-cooperative. Do you think this is a step in the right direction? And if so, why do you think so? How will it bring back your normal life in Kashmir?
So, herein, thanks for inviting me to this show first. And I would say separatists have been totally, from 3 decades now, as we know, they have been totally into those who have been saying pro-Pakistani statements, who have been giving such statements so far. And secondly, if you can see, why were they given those freebies? Why were they? If they have conducted such kind of animosity, and they have created such kind of stance in the valley today. So I think better late than never. I guess this is the first point they should have done. And what is the point of meeting those? They said this, one of the Hurriyat leaders. They said, what is the point of meeting those who say Pakistan Zindabad? So I guess, yes, it is good. If they are those people who say Pakistan Zindabad, then there's no point giving them freebies now.
Okay, Netri, just hold on to that thought. Netri, hold on to that thought. We'll connect with you very shortly. We have a caller who's giving us a call from Kashmir. It's important that we take it. Zohar is giving us a call. Zohar, you've been listening in to what we have spoken so far. Do you have a question for any of our panelists?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question for BJP leader who is still there.
Yes,
sir,
go ahead.
Sir, sir, central government and BJP leaders are always accepting that they will talk to all stakeholders. But, sir, they don't accept Hurriyat as a stakeholder. But, sir, it is a confusion for all Kashmiris that they have accepted Hurriyat as a stakeholder and agenda of alliance. My question to this BJP leader is that if they don't accept Hurriyat as a stakeholder, then why they have mentioned Hurriyat in this agenda of alliance? Either they have to accept the agenda of Hurriyat as a stakeholder, or they have to reject the agenda of alliance. I think they are making all Indians fool. We Kashmiris will never become fool, because we know what is there in their heart. We all know what is there in they have. उन्होंने वोट हासिल किए पूरे हिंदुस्तान में इस मुद्दे पे कि वो दफा 370 को हटाएंगे, ये कि नहीं? वो मोदी जी कहते हैं कि हम विश्वास और विकास, हम कहते विश्वास उन पे करेंगे क्योंकि उनके मन में जो बात है वो क्लियरली ये बात है कि दफा 370 को हटाना है, तो उस पे कश्मीरी विश्वास करेंगे, ये बिल्कुल हमें मंजूर नहीं है.
Zohar, we understand your point. Now let's get an answer from Mr. Verma. Mr. Verma, he's been very articulate in defining the oddities he finds with the policy that your government has adopted. Sir, please respond to this caller.
Vineet, can you sum up the question for me, because a lot of vibration, so I could not hear the question properly.
Sir, Zohar was trying to articulate that if stakeholders are the ones who are responsible for peace in Kashmir, then Hurriyat is the stakeholder and Hurriyat is the party that's getting a snub from the BJP. Why is that?
You see, if you see the memorandum of understanding or the common point agenda on which the government came to power, although there is mention of Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji talking to Hurriyat when he was the Prime Minister, but we never said that Hurriyat was a stakeholder. We always said in that memorandum that we'll talk to all political forces. And now we are saying we'll talk to everyone who wants peace. But tell me, is peace in the agenda of Hurriyat? That is the main point. If Hurriyat doesn't want peace in the valley,
sir, what is on their agenda? Sir, what is on their agenda?
Is being guided by Pakistan.
Sir, what is on their agenda? Please, sir, spell it out for me. Spell it out for our audience. What is Hurriyat's agenda? Is it liaising with Pakistan? Is it receiving funds from Pakistan?
You see, Hurriyat,
Sir. Okay,
Okay,
maybe he can't hear me. Mr. Aga, you know what I'm getting at, sir. Please respond.
You know, Hurriyat is basically a separatist organization. They want to separate Kashmir. They want to have independent, separate Kashmir, state of Kashmir. They want to create, but through negotiations. This is what they clearly spelled out. You know, Hurriyat is a divided house. There are dozens of organizations, more than almost 20-25 organizations.
But doesn't that make them an accessory to a proxy war? Because if they're getting funding from Pakistan,
they are getting funding. There are serious allegations against Hurriyat. You know,
up to 100 crores.
You know, a lot of money they have received, and the investigation is going on against these. The various channels were being used according to the reports, you know, which has come. You know, like Hawala, then money laundering via Dubai. Then there are also, you know, reports which money they have received also through Western Union. So funding have received, you know. So there, Hurriyat is divided house. Some believe, you know, in independent state. Some believe, you know, unity with Pakistan, like Jilani. He believes, you know, the Kashmir should join the Islamic State of Pakistan, you know. So there is a clear-cut division among them. And there is a big fight within the Hurriyat also.
There's a division and there is an agenda, Islamism.
Islamism, some believe in secularism also. There are one group, you know.
Okay.
Shabir.
So let me take a caller. We have Moheen Sheikh who's giving us a call from Nasik. Mr. Sheikh, if you can hear me, go ahead, sir, ask your question or state your point. Mr. Sheikh.
Hello.
Mr. Sheikh, we can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
हेलो, मैं कुरुक्षेत्र से बोल रहा हूँ, मल्होत्रा जी।
जी, फरमाइए।
मैं चंद्र प्रकाश बोल रहा हूँ जी।
बोलिए चंद्र प्रकाश जी।
मल्होत्रा जी, आज जो भारत सरकार ने फैसला किया है कि अलगाववादियों को पैसा नहीं देंगे और सारी पार्टी ने एक मुश्त जवाब दिया है, ये बहुत अच्छा काम किया है। परंतु देखिए मल्होत्रा जी, यासीन मलिक अन्य मुस्लिम महिलाओं के विरुद्ध इस्लामिक ड्रेस कोड का निर्धारण करता है, परंतु हुसैन की पत्नी के लिए कोई ड्रेस कोड नहीं। यासीन मलिक ने 2009 में पाकिस्तानी लड़की गुशाला हुसैन से शादी की थी। वह न्यूड पेंटिंग की चित्रकार है। ये कैसा देश में कानून चलता है कि हम लोगों के पैसे के ऊपर ये लोग ऐश करें? ये तो गलत है ना जी। इतना ही कहूंगा।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद चंद्र प्रकाश जी। Mr. Nasir Hussain, coming to you. You know, the central government has also accused the PDP of mishandling the crisis that occurred in Kashmir, and they feel it's the PDP's mismanagement that has led to this. Your reaction to this?
Hello.
Mr. Hussain, can you hear me?
Hello.
Mr. Hussain, can you hear me?
I didn't. Yeah. Tell me.
Okay, sir. The BJP has an alliance with the PDP in Kashmir. They have categorically criticized the PDP for mishandling the crisis. They feel that they were not able to reach some sort of a consensus with the stakeholders in that particular state, and that is the reason we have such a prolonged crisis in Kashmir. Your viewpoint on that, sir?
See, you have to understand that PDP and BJP are two different political parties with different ideologies. Their ideologies cannot match at all. We have been saying this right from the day the alliance was formed. And on several issues, I think there have been differences. Several issues, there have been contradictions. And even on this issue, when Mr. Burhan Wani was killed, the union government said that a terrorist or a militant leader has been killed. Their own Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Nirmal Singh, says that it was an accident. And Mehbooba Mufti, the Chief Minister, says that the army should apologize for the killing. So it is a house of contradictions where they contradict each other, and then finally they are fooling the people of this country. If the BJP feels that PDP has not done enough, If BJP feel the PDP is not arriving at a consensus and BDP is responsible for the unrest that is there in Kashmir.
Okay, sir. Let me get a caller in, sir. Let me get a caller in. Let me get a caller in, sir.
Why are they still staying in the alliance?
Mr. Hussain, let me come back to you. Mohsin Sheikh is back with us from Nasik. Mr. Sheikh, go ahead. Mr. Verma, I'll come back to you, sir. I'll come back to you. Let's listen into what the common man feels about this topic. Mr. Sheikh from Nasik.
हाँ, देखिए सर, मेरा ये कहना है आपसे कि जो आप बात कर रहे हैं कश्मीर की जो बारे में, अभी कश्मीर पे जो भारत का अभिन्न अंग है कश्मीर, लेकिन जो पॉलिटिशियल पार्टी है, जो जितने भी अभी पार्टियां बात कर रही हैं, वो कश्मीरियों के बारे में कुछ नहीं कर रही है। देखिए पिछले 2 महीनों से जो कश्मीरी जनता से जो हो रहा है, जो भी वो अभी बंद है, सब कारोबार बंद है उनका, वो 2 महीने से किस तरीके से जी रही है, इसके बारे में कोई बोलने को तैयार नहीं है
जी।
और जो हुर्रियत की बात है, तो हुर्रियत की बात करने से पहले हम कश्मीरियों से जो है वो उनमें जो भारत के लिए विश्वास पैदा करना चाहिए था पहले, लेकिन इस बारे में तो कोई बोलने को तैयार नहीं।
शेख साहब बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। शेख साहब बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नेत्री भट्ट, Kashmiri Pandit, is still with us on the phone line. Netri, the alliance between the PDP and the BJP, a lot of people felt when this alliance was struck that it was the mixture of chalk and cheese. Do you concur, Netri? And that is the reason that a lot of people were vexed.
Yes, I here would like to put a statement, right? Separatists have been at the forefront of fomenting trouble. We all know that. And that they have received huge amounts of various, channels to ensure that the disturbances still prevails in Jammu and Kashmir. So it is the duty of this government, whether it is PDP with BJP or whichever government which would come in near future, I don't know. But it is the duty of this government to expose such elements who are supporting violence to all the major means and including orchestrating street protests. So herein I would just say this one thing, and scores of cases have been there against these separatists, Yasin Malik. There has been a lot of Hawala cases against Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani. His account statements, account statements, if are checked.
Okay, Netri, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. We have to get a reaction from Mr. Verma. Mr. Verma, you raised your hand. You wanted to make a point, but before that, sir, let me also throw in some stats for you. 309 crores, sir, has been spent on the security of the separatists. 950 police personnel guards protect them. 27 crore rupees have been exhausted by them on fuel, which is petrol and diesel, and up to rupees 21 crores has been spent on their accommodation in hotels, in 5-star hotels all over the world, sir. Your reaction, sir?
You see, there is, I'll definitely react to that, but let me come to what Congress spokesperson Mr. Nasir Hassan said. I have a strong objection to what he said. He made 2 comments. One about that we were not allowing things to emerge. Let me remind him that we were ready for all party meeting from day one. But what happened, we always said that the atmosphere has to be there. The state government must make assessment of the situation for the all party delegation to go. And that is when the situation came. The government accepted it. So we should not try just to, pinpoint fault where it is not there. Second point is, he spoke about PDP and the BJP, 2 different ideologies coming together. Actually, the 2 different ideological parties came together because the mandate was as such. And we came together on the agenda of good governance, agenda to push development agenda in the valley. But who are the people opposed to this agenda? They are the Hurriyat, they are the militants, they are the Pak-based forces, and no political parties should support them. And we are very happy that a consensus has emerged today saying that sovereignty of India will not be compromised. At the same time, doors should be opened for political dialogue.
Okay, sir. Let me take a caller. Let me get in a caller, sir. Suresh is with us from Gurgaon, and then I'll go to Mr. Kamaraga. Suresh, go ahead. Okay. I think we've lost connection with Mr. Suresh over there. Mr. Kamaraga, coming to you. He spoke about, the delegation coming back and a consensus being reached. But in 2010, the Salgaonkar committee also made the same move. They were interlocutors who came back. They recommended some projects. They recommended some suggestions. They were never acted upon, and the Congress party was in power. If history teaches us anything, most of these delegations have come back empty-handed.
This is the problem, which is going on for a very long period of time. and we have wasted a lot of time, because of the bickering between center and state relations. It has always been tense, whether the National Conference was in power or now PDP. So the problem is perpetuating for a very long period of time. Then secondly, the other actors, the Pakistan-backed groups like Hurriyat, militant organizations operating from within the Jammu and Kashmir, or sometimes they're coming from across the border. So situation is not normal in that part of the country. That's a very, very major problem in that area. Now, center should have acted fast, because we have been talking for a very long time economic package, and we were also talking about how to end the unemployment over there. Then besides this, there are other actors also. I just want to tell it very briefly. There are serious attempts are being made, to Talibanize the valley. And the forces which were involved in it, they have succeeded to an extent, especially among the youth. The propaganda is very consistent and very active there, and these are the people who are receiving a lot of funding. The madrasas, the large number of ulamas were involved. It's a project, which is going on for a very long period of time, and this, I think our agencies have not been able to contain or control over this.
So do you think this move by the central government, the consensus that we have reached today, Mr. Raga, will that help control the radicalization, the Talibanization that you just mentioned, or is it going to act as fuel on fire?
It should be a long-term project. We have to work on it. We have to see the curriculum of these madrasas. We have to see the people who are spreading this type of extremism in that valley. We have to see, and then plus, it should be backed by the agenda of development. Kashmir needs development. Kashmir needs more schools, modern school education, quality education. Plus, they also need better health care or health facilities. They need more universities. Government has promised all these things. I think once the situation is stabilized, then gradually, but it's a long term. We should not forget. We should not leave it there.
Stability is one thing that we hope for, because this is probably the longest and the oldest political problem that our country has faced, and this move probably will help in some regard or the other. Nasir Hussain, Sudesh Verma, Mr. Kamar Aga and Naitri Bhatt, thank you so much for joining us. That is all we have on current issues. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep watching News World India. Thank you.
A virgin, Miss Arora.